Hey there, Level Up Lab crew, welcome back to the show. I'm thrilled you're here. Today I've got a topic that hits hard, the mistakes we make when judging our life's choices. I've had a few friends share their stories with me, heartbreaking tales of regret, thinking they've made the worst decisions ever. But let's dig into that and flip the script with two destiny-defining questions that can save you a decade of what-ifs. Let's dive right in. No fluff, just the real stuff. Let's get real. So many of us look back at a past choice and think it's the biggest mistake of our lives. I've had a few friends share their stories with me, saying things like, I messed up big time, I started a business that failed, or I fell in love with the wrong person, or I chose the wrong career path. They look back and say, man, that was the worst decision ever. If only I hadn't done that, my life wouldn't be this messed up. I wish I hadn't loved that person, taken that path, or made that choice. Day after day, they're stuck in the past, sad, frustrated, angry at themselves. They think, if I hadn't made that decision, my life would be so much better now. Sound familiar? I bet most of us have been there, right? Regret is real, and it haunts us more than we'd like to admit. So, how do we deal with this? Let's dig deeper. Here's the first destiny question that can flip your perspective. If you didn't take that path and chose a different one instead, are you sure you'd be better off? Let's break it down. Say you regret loving someone who broke your heart. I shouldn't have dated them. But if you dated someone else, are you certain you'd be happier? Maybe the next person would have been worse. Or say you picked a career, like engineering, and it didn't work out. I should have been a chef. But what if you'd become a chef and failed there too? The mistake we make is thinking the other path would have been perfect. We look at our past failures, paint them as the worst thing ever, and assume any other choice would have been better, but that's not true. It could have been worse. You might have loved someone else and been even more miserable. You might have switched careers and still struggled. We just don't know. So the first lesson is, a different path isn't guaranteed to be better. It's all relative. Now the second destiny question, and this one's even bigger. Is the path really wrong, or are you the one who's not ready for it yet? Wow, let that sink in. We're so quick to blame the path. This career is wrong. This relationship is wrong. This choice was a mistake. But what if the real issue isn't the path? It's us. What if we're not skilled enough, mature enough, or prepared enough to make that path work? I've had a friend tell me I've broken up 4 times, and every time it's the same drama. I told them, bro, maybe it's not them. Maybe it's you. You're loving the same way every time, not fixing your own flaws. When they reflected with honesty, they saw they were the common factor. Maybe too controlling, not understanding enough, or just not communicating right. Owning your part can turn the whole path around. Let's apply these questions to your career. Another friend of mine, I've got a lot of friends, told me, I'm so done with my job, I hate it. I want to quit and do something else, like selling online. It looks so easy and lucrative. I asked them the 2 destiny questions. First, if you switch to selling online, are you sure you'll be happier? They'd list a bunch of dream jobs, artist, chef, influencer, thinking anything would be better than their current gig. Second, do you have the skills to make that new path work? Are you trained for it? Most froze. They'd say, well, I've just been researching. I haven't tried it, haven't trained, haven't learned anything. Here's the reality. They saw influencers flexing cash online and thought, that's the life. But they didn't see the grind, stress, sleepless nights, debt if you don't know what you're doing. If you're a desk worker dreaming of selling online but you've never sold a thing, you're not ready. You'll fail, then regret again, thinking, I should have stayed at my desk job, now I'm broke and stressed. The cycle repeats because you didn't ask, is the path wrong or am I not ready? Now let's talk relationships, another area where regret runs deep. Here's another story about messy breakups, even in marriages. They'd say, I regret marrying them, it's a nightmare. But let's apply the questions. First, are you sure marrying someone else would have been better? Maybe the next partner would have brought even more chaos. History shows it's not always greener on the other side. Second, is the marriage really the mistake, or are you part of the problem? I've seen friends who kept blaming their spouse. It's their fault. But when they dug deeper, they found their own flaws, like not listening, being too stubborn, or expecting too much. Imagine you're in a relationship that's a total mess, fighting every single day. You think, this relationship is a disaster. It's all their fault. But hold up, ask yourself, is the relationship really the problem, or am I part of the mess too? Maybe I'm not patient enough, always jumping to conclusions, or just too caught up in my own head to see their side. Owning your flaws can shift the whole dynamic. Sometimes it's not about changing partners, but changing how you show up. Let's apply this to education, especially for you younger folks, maybe under 22, still figuring out your path. A younger friend of mine confided in me, "I picked the wrong major in college. I've been studying this for 2 to 3 years and I hate it. I've wasted years on the wrong path. I want to switch." Before you jump, ask the 2 destiny questions. First, are you sure the new major will be better? You might think, "I'll switch to art, it'll be amazing." But you've never touched a brush. Art's tough, competitive, and stressful if you're not ready. Second, is your current major wrong, or are you not ready? Maybe you're failing because you're not studying smart, skipping classes, playing games, or scrolling TikTok instead of focusing. If you've got a 9.5 GPA, internships, and awards, but still hate it, okay, maybe it's not for you. But if you're barely passing because you're not trying, the path isn't wrong, you are. Fix your habits first, then decide. One last trap we fall into: comparing learning to entertainment. Friends ask me, "Why can't reading a book feel as fun as TikTok?" Or, "Why doesn't opera vibe like pop music?" Here's the truth. Learning isn't entertainment, it's work. TikTok is brain candy. Quick, easy dopamine hits. Reading a book, mastering a skill, or appreciating opera takes effort. It's not supposed to feel like scrolling reels. If you're failing at learning because you expect it to be fun like entertainment, ask the second question. Is the path wrong, or are you not ready? Pop music is made for everyone. It's easy to enjoy. But opera, you need to train your ear, learn its depth, to feel its beauty. If you don't, it'll sound weird. Same with reading. If you're tackling a tough book with no experience, it'll feel like a slog. That's okay. It's brain work, not brain candy. Stop chasing instant fun. Start building the skills to make learning rewarding. That's it. Level up, lab crew. These 2 destiny questions. Would a different path be better? And is the path wrong, or am I not ready? Can save you a decade of regret. Reflect on them, apply them, and comment. What path are you rethinking? Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.